Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to be using our chips that you see here, the colored sound chips to represent sounds in a word. And I have my blue chips, as you will remember, they're the consonant sounds. The orange chip is for the digraphs. Those are where two consonants make one sound together. And then the black chip is going to represent the R sound. That's one of our R controlled vowels, the R sound. You also can see a white rectangle, and this white rectangle is going to represent the phonogram air, air, okay? Today we're just focusing on hearing that phonogram air, the first part, and the second part of our lesson today, you will find out the letters that actually represent the air sound, okay? So I'll say a few words. If they might have the air sound or they might have an R sound, okay? Here's my first word. My first word is fair. I like to go to the fair. Air. Air. Okay? Well, I definitely hear a f, that's a consonant, and then I hear air. I am not hearing R, but I am hearing the phonogram air. So I would represent it this way, air, okay? Let's try another. So what if my word was far? The fair is far away. R. Hear the difference? I hope so. So I definitely heard is my consonant, and then I heard R. Blending together, that is our R-controlled R, okay? R. So that's different than the phonogram. This is not the pattern we're following. Let's just try a few more so that I'm sure that you can hear it. So if the word was stare, stare, I'm going to stare at you. Stare, stare. There's a few more sounds down there. Air, air. It's the phonogram. Let's contrast that word. Instead of stare, let's change it to star, star, st-ar, st-ar. Hear how that's one sound together? That's our R sound. One more set like that. What if I said the word char? That's where you cook meat and you kind of get a dark black crust on it. Char. I'm going to char some meat. Ch-ar. I just hear two sounds. The ch as my digraph, and then the R, is it R or R? Yes, it's the R sound, okay? It's just the R control. But what if I said my word was chair? Ch-air. I hear that ch again, but the last part of that word changed to air. I definitely hear an A with an right after it, and it's our phonogram, chair, okay? I'm pretty sure you're hearing the difference now. So now I want to go ahead and change my phonogram sound chip to my phonogram letter chip. And what you'll notice, boys and girls, is that there's 3 letters here and 3 letters here, okay? So they both make the same sound. This is one of those instances where you actually do have to memorize whether it's A-I-R or A-R-E, okay? The funny thing is there's lots of words that are both ways, and we'll write some of those together. Those are called homonyms, and I'm sure that you've worked on them in your class, okay? So here's the first word. Let's say the word is, how about let's do pair. I have a pair of doves. That means 2, a pair of doves. P-air. So I would use a P, and then I know it's the phonogram here, a pair of doves. Now, I have to learn about writing that, okay? And this is where I just have to know, okay? This is called where you have to memorize it, okay? So we definitely know that the P is a P, And then air, in this instance, a pair would be A-I-R. So then it does become a memorizing spelling. The point of our lesson today is helping you make sure that you know how to read both of those phonograms so you're very fluent when you're reading. So that's our word pair. Here's another word. Let's do share, okay? Share. We are going to share a story with our friend. Share. Air. Okay, so I hear the diagram, sh, right there, and I hear that phonogram again, air, share, okay? Now, if I go to write it, I want you guys to start thinking which one of those you might choose. We know the sh part, and then air. They both sound the same. Any thoughts? Okay, it is this one, share. Again, you can't tell the difference. And you know what? If you need to write the word and you hear air and you don't know which one it is for sure, just choose one and write it in and then double check it later, okay? Rather than sitting there without being able to write it. That would be what I would suggest, okay? Let's try a different word. Oh, here's the word hair. This is a very good one. I want the kind of hair that is a rabbit. It's another name for a rabbit. Hair. Air. It's that phonogram, isn't it? Hair. So I hear air. Okay. This is the phonogram. This is the word that means rabbit. Hair. Any thoughts on it? We know for sure the H is going to be it. Okay. I heard a couple people say the A-R-E. You're right. This hair means rabbit. I'm going to kind of put, well, I guess those sort of look like bunny. Well, they kind of look like cat ears, but you know, you get the idea. Hair. But now, if you had put the other one, look what you would have here. Hair. It's still a word. It means your hair. Okay? So that's where the homonym comes in. Okay? So there's a lot of words like that. Okay? I'm going to write this word. What would that word be? Yes, fair. This is a fair, like you would go to it, like a carnival. But if I use the other phonogram, this also says fair, and this would be the kind of fare, like you have to pay some money, like maybe to ride on a bus or something, you have to put a fare in, which means you're paying. Both of them are pronounced the same way, but they are spelled differently because they use a different phonogram and they mean different things. Just like hair and hair means something different. They sound exactly the same, okay? So you'll need to be on the lookout for some of those words and be careful to listen for air means your phonogram. But if I said, so here's the last one that kind of goes with fair and fair. What if I said far? Far. So we hear the f, but if I'm saying r, r, that definitely is one sound altogether. That is our R controlled vowel, okay? And so right there would be far, and if you were spelling far, would you use one of those phonograms? No, because those are all the AR. We hear two sounds. Okay, so far would just be f, and then the R would be together in the box. Okay, so far. So that's why, this is one reason why it's so important to speak clearly when you are talking to people, especially with our masks on. It makes it a little bit difficult. So I think that gives you a good idea of how we use our phonogram, air, which is two kinds, and I know it's on many spelling lists, okay? So this is the time where you have to memorize which one you need, okay? Thanks a lot for joining me today.